I'm going to listen to Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. 40 years old, and I can remember it coming out on double vinyl and being very excited. And it's an album that's followed me around, actually. I go through little spurts where I just get a little bit obsessed with it, and this is one of them. The singles are immense. The covers aren't so great, but they're fun in their way. But all in all, what a great way to spend an hour. Track 1, The World Is My Oyster. So it begins. Mellow, brilliant start to an album. You think it's going to be so exciting the first time you hear it because it's Frankie Goes to Hollywood after Relax. I'm talking about in the 80s. But it's probably one of my first experiences of experimental music, if you like. Only 2 minutes long, but a fantastic intro into what is a cracker of a song in Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, but I'll talk about that next. Track 2, the epic Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. I remember seeing this on the vinyl. It just looked cool, just the way the grooves were thin and thick. You got the loud bits, you got the quiet bits, you got the funky bits, you got the bassy bits. It really is 13 minutes of perfection, really. Not my favourite track on the album, but it's certainly up there. It's absolutely up there. You know, just everything that music should be. Call it pop, call it what you want. There's elements of everything that's good in there, and I'd fight for Frankie Goes to Hollywood, obviously. Track 3, Relax. You may have heard of this one. It was a big hit, certainly, and a great record. Not my favourite, most important, but not my favourite. And to be rude as well, this came out when I was 12. So, you know, to learn, it taught me a lot, this record. I'm sure I remember conversations in schoolyards. And those need to happen. Don't ban stuff. People just want it more anyway. But important record. You don't hear it on dance floors enough, actually. I might actually have to play it soon. But, you know, who could not like this? Just got everything. And that production, that genius production. Special, innovating, wonderful. And rude. Track 4, War. Ain't Nothing But a Heartbreaker. Good song. I mean, best cover on the album. There is a few dodgy covers on this album that I need to talk to you about later, but this one is the best one. It's when it doesn't sound like War by Edwin Starr. I believe that it's at its best, really. It's the funky stuff and the mixture of the two. It really brings out the funk in the song. I mean, a patch on the original in a different way? Yes, it is. Yeah, good cover. 6 minutes as well, so a good long one. Track 7, Fury, which is actually very across the Mersey. I'm not from Liverpool, sorry. I've never really liked that song as much as everybody else who was from Liverpool, but I guess that makes sense. If it was a song about Peterborough, I would probably love it very much, but it ain't. Not a great version. And Born to Run. So, yeah, this is the first time you could really... I used to turn the album off a lot here, I'll be honest. It used to get forwarded to Power of Love quite a lot. But there is some good ones in the mix, but I felt this was filler. Sorry, guys. But what came before was so good. You know, I need a dip. I need a bit of a rest. And then 2 tracks that actually you shouldn't forward because they're pretty good. San Jose is a good cover. I do like that cover. I love the song anyway. I mean, it's not patchy on the original, but Holly's voice comes across really well in that, and it's a nice little funky number and fits well. And then Wish the Lads Were Here. I don't think this is a cover. I think it's an original, and it's got a lovely bass line. It sort of sounds like their second album, you know. It's never hit those Trevor Horn heights of production, etc. But a decent song and worth sticking with the album with, even after Born to Run. Track 11, The Ballad of 32. This is quite a strange little find on this album, actually. It's a bit of a hidden gem. Again, I forward this quite a lot, this album. And this is a lovely little song. I mean, very Pink Floyd, very atmospheric. Good background music to work along to. And yeah, I'm glad this is in the album, this piece of music. It gives it a little bit more substance. Track 12, Christo Kisses, another little underestimated gem on this album. I do really, really like this song. I think it's the least listened to song on this album. Sort of got that Adam and Ants feel. And it really is 80s and of its time, but dated brilliantly because there isn't enough bands that sound like this anymore. Yeah, I never it was production over band in many ways, which is a bit harsh, but it was, as proved with Liverpool. But what a great band though. You know, great production or not, and they really, really show it on this track. Underestimated the band, certainly. Then 2 more half-decent tracks. 13, Black Night, White Light, difficult to say. And 14, The Only Star in Heaven. Just sort of classic 80s pop, you know. Could have been on a Haircut 100 album. There's a more rockier track or something like that, you know. Pleasant enough, but without the groundbreakingness of what came before. But the track after this, sing along to the next one, Power of Love. Track 15, The Power of Love. Is there a more beautiful song? Probably the one I'm listening to at the time, but this is up there. This has got everything. So many stories. I remember my stepsister Mel, when she was probably about 16, I was about 12, just playing this song and over again. And I get that. There are certain songs that do that to you, and this is one of them. You can just never get bored of this. So much heart, so much soul, so much love. It's the power of love, don't you know that? Even better than the Huey Lewis version. And then the last track, Bang, which is just a lovely little chimey, Christmassy outro with, I think it's Ronald Reagan doing a voiceover. Can't ask more than that. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome album review. Where to start with that? I have known that album pretty much all of my life in some various forms. It always comes back because it's great. The production on it, the band, the 80s, the naughtiness, especially it hit me when I was 12 years old, it's going to have an effect. They were saying rude words. Finding Young Cannibals' Johnny Holmes comes on after I play it. The 80s puts me in a better mood when it's good, and the Frankie Goes to Hollywood were good. They were pop, yeah, of course they were pop. They were manufactured to a level, but still important. Well, that album is Liverpool's bit, not great. But anyway, listen to it, you deserve it.